Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel, joined at the anchor desk by my partner, Clark Kellogg. Next up on College Hoops Tonight, brought to you by State Farm, the #1 auto insurer. We'll preview some of the biggest games coming up this week in the NCAA, as well as show you the best action from around the nation. But we begin with a special player who was an easy choice as our player of the week in college basketball.
Glover set the bar pretty high for what kind of performance it's going to take to win the Player of the Week award. He started the season with a bang.
It was a magical week for him, Clark, no doubt about it. The fans really got behind him as the points kept piling up, and you could see him feed off their energy. He's a cult hero to those people now, and if he has a few more weeks like this one, he'll be one of the all-time legends at that university. Now let's take a look ahead to the games that get top billing on the schedule in the days to come. This will be a fantastic battle. This is shaping up to be a prototypical style versus style matchup. Great scorers on one side of the court, great defenders on the other. This is going to be a real showdown.
Auburn should come out on top if I had to make a prediction. Their backcourt is so solid this year, and their guards love to get out and run. That gives them a huge advantage in a game that should be as fast-paced as this one will be.
And we have another upcoming contest that promises to be a classic. I'm looking forward to this game just like everybody else. This matchup has the possibility of becoming quite a little rivalry because these teams match up so well against each other, and it's always a heated atmosphere when they're on the court together.
Michigan State plays a brand of defense that should make the difference in this game. They are a tough team to score against. And if you don't squeeze the orange, they'll take it. I think they'll be in top form for this contest.
Now, let's turn our attention to some of the action of the past week in the NCAA with our games of the week. Let's get started with what turned into an absolutely terrific matchup. Massachusetts got by Providence.
Well, Greg, this game wasn't decided until that final buzzer sounded. A couple of different bounces one way or the other, and this could have been a totally different outcome. Style took care of business in this one. His 10 points led the team. You've heard it before. Big-time players step up in big games, and he was that big-time player for them today. He couldn't have picked a more timely game to give a virtuoso performance.
Although this next contest seemed predictable enough, one of the best teams in the country suffered a severe shock to the system. Montana State defeated Stanford.
Yeah, Greg, nobody saw this coming. Stanford was sitting pretty as a top 5 team, but you've got to have some doubts about them after a loss like this. Montana State played some absolutely stifling defense. They made the guys on the other side work for every basket, and you can see that reflected in the shooting percentage. They never let up on the defensive end. These teams might not have been evenly matched on paper, but that kind of defense gives you a chance to win every
studio for my partner, Greg.
With over 8 million broadcasts and over 600 million viewers engaged monthly, Restream is the #1 tool to increase your live audience organically. Restream enables you to create, analyze, and share your high-quality streams to over 30 different social networks at once. In this video, we'll go over all the different parts of Restream, from Restream Studio to our analytics, combined chat, events, and more. So, let's get right into it. Multi-streaming is the next step in the evolution of content creation, and Restream takes us a step further by enabling broadcasters to escape platform boundaries. Restream makes it effortless to grow your core audience across all of your existing social platforms without needing to spend extra time directing your audience to just one platform. To get started, first, create your account at Restream.io. Once you land on our dashboard, you'll be able to start getting your channels added. You can choose from one of the options here in our Quick Select, or click Add Channel to access all of our over 30+ supported channels. Now that all of your channels are added, you can quickly begin your live stream to Restream in one of 3 ways. The first way can be accomplished by changing your existing broadcasting software to stream to Restream. The second way you can achieve this is by using Restream Events, which will allow you to upload and schedule your pre-recorded video. The final method is Restream Studio, which allows you to go live directly from your browser. So let's go check that out now. This is Restream Studio. Our studio accelerates the live streaming process by giving broadcasters everything they need in a simple to use, easy to master package. From sharing your very own graphics, overlay, and videos, to highlighting chat comments and captions on your screen. You can do it all without having to have multiple tabs open or downloading anything. Once your stream is set up, you can begin by inviting all of your live guests, along with controlling the layout and screen capture from the controls here at the bottom of the webcam. Then once you're ready, you can click the Go Live button up here on the top to instantly go live to all of your connected channels. Once you go live, you'll notice on the right-hand side of the studio is our combined chat, which will automatically grab all of your audience's comments from all of your connected platforms and filter them into this convenient location. As I mentioned before, you can click these chat comments to make them appear on screen, or you can reply directly to your audience from this chat box here at the bottom. However, if you're not using Restream Studio, you can still access our chat directly by heading to chat.restream.io. Using this option, you can jump into our settings panel and grab yourself an overlay for your broadcasting software. Adding this overlay enables your audience and your replays to be engaged in the conversation. Once you're done with your live stream, you'll find the recording of your live stored here in our storage area, provided you're on one of our paid plans. From here, you can easily download and share the audio to an external editor such as Descript for your podcast, or download the full video without any worry over external copyright systems. You can also hover over your recordings and click Schedule. This will allow you to reshare this content to your audience later or on a different platform. Once you click that, you'll instantly swap over to a new page. And welcome to Restream Events. Aside from scheduling pre-recorded videos that you've uploaded, or from your previous recordings, you can also create events across all of your social media platforms here. Scheduling your streams ahead of time gives you a massive boost to the amount of engagement and views you'll get per platform, as your audience will have the ability to set a reminder to be alerted as soon as you go live. Finally, it's time to drill into your stream performance with Restream Analytics. Analytics gives broadcasters the ability to see exactly how their content performs across all of their social media channels at once, from engagement to common chat phrases and much more. This tool will allow you to tailor your streams to your audience, seeing at a glance what works and what isn't working. And that's it. You're ready to become a Restream master. I've been
Welcome, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel here with my partner, Clark Kellogg. Just ahead on College Hoops Tonight, brought to you by State Farm, the #1 auto insurer. We'll preview some of the biggest games coming up this week in the NCAA, as well as show you the best action from around the nation. But we begin with a special player who was an easy choice as our player of the week in college basketball.
Cleves is our choice this week, and he might be winning an even bigger award at the end of the year. There's a lot of talk about him as a player of the year candidate.
To say he was lights out would be an understatement. He had an unbelievable week shooting the ball. He put on an exhibition to the point that his teammates didn't even go to the hoop for a rebound when he put up a shot. They knew it was going in. As you can see, he got the hot hand and never cooled down. Now let's take a look ahead to the games that get top billing on the schedule in the days to come. This will be a fantastic battle. This is shaping up to be a prototypical style versus style matchup. Great scorers on one side of the court, great defenders on the other. This is going to be a real showdown.
Oklahoma should come out on top if I had to make a prediction. Their backcourt is so solid this year, and their guards love to get out and run. That gives them a huge advantage in a game that should be as fast-paced as this one will be.
But that's not the only item on the schedule that has NCAA fans buzzing. I'm looking forward to this game just like everybody else. This matchup has the possibility of becoming quite a little rivalry because these teams match up so well against each other, and it's always a heated atmosphere when they're on the court together.
Auburn plays a brand of defense that should make the difference in this game. They are a tough team to score against. And if you don't squeeze the orange, they'll take it. I think they'll be in top form for this contest.
There was no shortage of excitement on the court in the past few days, so let's take a look at our games of the week. We get started with an important conference battle in the SEC. LSU got the better of Mississippi State.
The LSU Tigers made the most of their opportunity to move up, and that's going to serve them very well as we get closer to conference tournament time, even if it's just in seeding position. Potter was a man possessed. His 22 points led all scorers. What I love about him is he plays with attitude, with an edge, what you need in the paint. He's enjoyable to watch, and he produced again in a big-time fashion in this game.
And two teams, each enjoying a spot in the top 25, got together. Stanford beat UCLA.
The score might not have been close, but I don't think that's an indicator of how similar these teams are talent-wise. It was just a matter of one side having an off night at the worst possible time. Stanford played some absolutely stifling defense. They made the guys on the other side work for every basket, and you can see that reflected in the shooting percentage. They never let up on the defensive end. That really took the pressure off the offense and allowed them to dictate the tempo of the game. To me, that was the biggest factor.
That'll do it for us here in It is an annual rite of spring, bringing with it excitement and emotion that can be found in no other sporting event. The NCAA Tournament. Your wait is finally over, the brackets are ready, and the drama of March Madness is about to begin. Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel, and this is the NCAA Championship Basketball Selection Show, brought to you by State. We're all set, but before we unveil the brackets for this season, now let's take a look at the NCAA Tournament. The Dayton Flyers on to the second number 1 seed, who will play in the Houston Regional. The Northeastern Huskies are seeking their first ever NCAA. The Wisconsin Badgers are our, and finally our. Now, here's how the brackets shape up based on where the, first up, we take a look. And now the number 8. Next up, and some of the lower seeds in this bracket have the ability to not only